breathe. The only thing that separates us is what we've been taught to believe. But don't you be deceived. Oh yeah, we are one. We are one.
Hey y'all, this is the wild and wonderful Brenda White, host of Let's Talk About It, the winner of the Spreaker 2012 Award for Most Informative. And helping me to talk about it and always helping me to keep you informed is my co-host, the uppity and well-read Jacqueline Lambert, aka Miss Uppity Speaks, giving you some food for thought with her commentary of the week. Jackie is flanked by my good friend, R&B crooner Cheyenne Anthony, singing Makes Me Wanna Holler from his 2012 State of the World CD. And now, without further ado, Miss Uppity Speaks would like to share her thoughts with you. Enjoy.
In the voices of the children, in a language that we all understand, we are one. We are one. We are one.
Young man on the street can't get a job with a college degree. Poverty everywhere, billions spent, don't know where. Taxes and gas too high, lower income levels.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of Miss Uppity Speaks. Today's topic, defining success. If you are one of the intrepid souls who suffered through the Republican National Convention last week, you may have been struck, as I was, by their continuing narrative on the notion of success. I must admit that I found that narrative incredibly offensive. The Republicans argued that money defines success, and it doesn't even matter how you got that money. It only matters that you have a lot of it. That's why they were bold enough to stand before the nation and tout the success of their nominee for president. You see, Mitt Romney started as an American son of privilege. He then used his privileged position to make lots and lots of money. How, you ask? Well, in a nutshell, he purchased companies and borrowed money against the assets of those companies, loading them up with debt. Using the money from this indebtedness, he then paid himself and his investors tens of millions of dollars in fees, raided the employee pensions, and then put them out of work. And finally, he took those companies into bankruptcy and walked away with even more money. In other words, he got his money the old-fashioned way. He stole it. And I won't even go into his hobby of avoiding paying taxes on the money that he stole. Which leads me to a discussion of my grandmother. My grandmother was a teacher for all of her adult life. When she was employed by the school system, she taught children during the day. And since illiteracy was rampant among adults in rural Arkansas, she took it upon herself to teach their parents at night. She never attained great financial wealth, but she had a wealth of wisdom, and that she shared liberally. And when she died at the age of 89, there were so many people at her homegoing that the church was filled to capacity. And outside the church, there were people standing in the breezeway and the courtyard just to show their respect for her. There were twice as many people on the church grounds that day than there were people in the entire population of the community where she lived. She was a woman who showed us how we should live and how we should die. And she enriched the lives of those lucky enough to know her. And even though she never became rich like Mitt Romney, would anyone dare say that hers was an unsuccessful life? If you got a good look at the crowd in the hall of the Republican convention and closely listened to what they were saying, you could reasonably assume that my grandmother would not have been welcome there. And that's the real shame of it, because she could have taught them a thing or two about the true definition of success. Thanks for listening to this episode of Miss Uppity Speaks. You can find me on Facebook at Miss Uppity Speaks, and please be sure to hit me up on Twitter at Miss Uppity Speaks.
We just heard what Miss Uppity Speaks had to say. And now I'd like to take a moment and invite you to join Jackie, Jill, and me every Tuesday night from 9 until 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right here at Spreaker.com for Let's Talk About It, where we bring you the absolute facts, fun, and foolishness. Now Jackie, Miss Uppity Speaks, she's going to come to us with her hard-hitting opinion and her hard-hitting commentary. And Jill, well, that's Jillian, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar Anderson from Down Under. And I do mean Down Under as in Australia. She's going to give us an Aussie point of view of all the crazy political goings-on in our country. And me, well, you know how I do it. I'm going to give you the outright foolishness. But I promise you, you are going to be entertained, but you're going to be informed. So don't miss it. You don't want to miss it. Join us right here at the Brenda White Shows at Spreaker.com every Tuesday night from 9 until 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Let's Talk About It, where we believe injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And we also believe free your mind, honey, and your ass will follow. Okay? We'll be looking for you in the chat room.
Feel it in the touch of a stranger's hand, in the voices of the children, and the language that we all